Check, check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, looks like we are up and running. Welcome, my fellow gamers, to World of Warcraft. We're here to be doing a little bit of farming today. So, I think I'm going to be focusing mostly on Blood of Sargeras as well as world quests. So I think what I'll be doing is queuing up for a dungeon while I work on world quests as my balance spec, because that is my highest leveled spec for my druid, and try to complete these world quests as soon as I can. If we still need to get more world quests at the end of that, then I'll queue up as my bear tank, and we can kind of handle it that way. Blood of Sargeras is an interesting commodity. When Legion first launched, they didn't have a lot of uses. You could use them to make certain gems, so let's see here. These like Deadly Eye of Prophecy, Masterful Shadow Ruby, Quick Dawn Light, things like that, you would use Blood of Sargeras on. Problem was, Saber's Eyes were better in every way, so it they were kind of useless. So the first patch, or one of the first patches, they actually added in this Blood Trader, and he's pretty good, actually. You can actually trade in your Blood of Sargeras for Order Hall resources, as well as for crafting materials, food and rune scale coins and, you know, Fjarnskoggle and things like that. So that was kind of a stopgap while they made
Death to the Legion.
Blood of Sargeras a little bit more useful. And since then, however, Blood of Sargeras is necessary for a lot of high-level crafting, and there's actually a lot of money to be made in that, so it's absolutely worth it at this point. So we're going to go ahead and queue up. So let me switch over to my next spec in balance. Get ready to switch my gear. Go. So we're running the classic Legion Druid set here. Nothing special. At some point I'm going to be running probably the next Rammus transmog, but I haven't completed that armor set yet, so we're just going to go with this base one today because I like it quite a bit. So we'll queue up in a random Legion. Although, shoot. You know what? These are nice, but typically you're only going to be getting artifact power from it, so it's actually not going to help us to farm any faster today. So we're just going to stick with DPS. Whenever you see this, the call to arms, it means that it wants you to, you know, queue up as this spec if you can, because there's a shortage of them in the queue. But we're just going to stick with DPS so we can do a little bit of world quest farming to start with. Now, the other thing I'm focusing on with world quests is there are some drops that we can get here, so we'll actually be starting with this. Oh, we won't be starting with that because I can't supply Dreamleaf. That's too bad. So there are some raw Blood of Sargeras drops waiting here, like this guy. But I'm also focusing on the Order resources. Let me go ahead and start flying in here, and we'll kind of take it from there. Order resources are a great way to make money early on, especially once you get your followers up to 950. I don't have all of mine there. In fact, it looks like I don't have any of them just yet, but I do have one of them max level as well as 925 eye level. And at this point, I'm already starting to make, if I'm lucky, or I plan my my missions well, I can actually make like 3,000-4,000 gold a day, which is pretty nice, pretty darn nice. While I'm flying, I'm actually going to check and make sure that we're streaming okay. Looking at the quality of the video, it looks like the video is a little bit choppy. I'm going to see if I can fix that for you guys. But, yeah, how's your guys' day going? Is it going well? Let me know in the chat box there. We'll kind of chat throughout the day. Feel free to let me know any questions you have about gold farming. I would love to personalize this for you if you've been, just dying to know something. I have a feeling, yeah, I'm just going to have to... I was trying to record in addition to streaming this, but I think that's just a little too much for my computer, so we'll just stick with this, and I think that's improving the quality quite a bit. Oh yeah, that's much smoother. So, sorry about that, but really glad that you guys are joining today. Let me get back to WoW. So, our first stop is going to take us to Stormheim. I actually meant to go to High Mountain, but this is fine. We're going to start with the Electro Snack, which will give us some Blood of Sargeras. Random dungeon. Cool. Our goal is to get about 20 Blood of Sargeras, but not all of it is going to be on our Druid. Our Druid only needs 16, I think? 17. Okay. And that's so that I can get these high-level pieces of gear leveled up. Looks like a Court of a Triumvirate is what we're going to here. And this is nice because there's actually a world quest that'll give us 700 extra gold just for running this quest, so that's great. Now, the reason you run these dungeons for Blood of Sargeras is when you're leveling, obviously you're going to be getting loot drops from these mobs and from the bosses. But once you out-level them, rather than just give you useless pieces of gear, the system is actually tuned to give you Blood of Sargeras instead, which is infinitely more useful. And we'll go ahead and open up the appraiser just so we can get a running tally. How much gold we're making here. Crap. Okay, the tank was supposed to be turning him the other way, but this is just normal difficulty, not Mythic Plus, so it'll be fine. And we can just work on burning this guy down. We don't need to worry about those voidlings. Okay, so we actually got a relic from that, which is unfortunate, because we could use pretty much anything else. I think we're gonna, yeah. Guys. People get in a big hurry in these dungeons, which I understand. You know, we'd all rather be doing something else, but then you just get into situations like that where people aren't paying attention and people end up dying.
Has a particular item that would be useful to me.
Just give the word, heroes, and we can begin the assault. Figure out their motives and put a stop to their efforts.
Looks like there's a bit of a bitrate drop here. I do apologize for that. Let's see if we can fix that.
We will not be pushed out. Bring in more forces from the void to deal with these intruders. Something first. It's too far away. Being overrun! Get in there and deal with this incursion!
I don't know how anyone thought we were going to get around that. That is clearly not a mob we're going to be avoiding. like I do have a quest here currently, which is interesting. I've kind of been neglecting the Argus quests. Once I beat it, I've mostly been focusing on other content, but I really should get around to that at some point. What's going on here? Come on. That is so annoying. There we go.
It seems this nuisance requires a more personal touch. I shall handle you myself.
Oh, good. We got that completed. Damn. Yeah, this crap just kind of annoys me. You know, people will just completely, like, walk past a mob that is going to be coming towards you, and then, you know, the tank is basically just leaving you high and dry. That's bad tanking. You know, you should be clearing a path for your entire group, not just trying to rush through. Because for me, it's not a big deal. But what if I was a new player? You know? What if this was my first run through this dungeon?
You'll find their viceroy near the entrance to the temple.
Yeah, exactly, like this. You know, there's lots of fear effects in this dungeon. And we just got this entire pack on us, and we're actually losing some health to it.
I'll see to opening the way.
So our tank can't be bothered to do their job. That's unfortunate.
The beast has been defeated.
Alright.
Well done, champions.
There we go. We kill them off. Alright. What are we doing? Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with the drop in quality there. I do apologize for that, those of you if you lost connection. It looks like we're back to a stable bit right now. Go ahead and drop this so we can keep track of our objectives in this dungeon. We haven't had any Blood of Sargeras drop from this at the moment, which is unfortunate, but it's honestly not a big deal because we're going to be getting some decent raw gold from this anyway. So it really is not the end of the world. So even if we go through this entire dungeon and don't get a Blood of Sargeras from it, we're still going to be getting like 700 gold, I think is the world quest. And for like, you know, 20 minutes of time, that's not bad at all. Especially since we need the world quest anyway.
I don't have a target.
Yep.
I need to target something first.
Alright, third boss here. Oh, thank you so much. Give me a moment and I'll be happy to look at that and see who gave us that donation.
I need to target something first.
I shall bring you to your
Alright, I am going to go ahead and use Celestial Alignment on this guy. It probably won't be off cooldown for the last boss, but last boss doesn't really benefit from that buff anyway, so we're just going to stick with this guy here. Yeah.
The
it doesn't really matter because I'm so overgeared for these guys anyway that we're just gonna blaze through them all.
Great despair emanating from within.
Let's see if we can
Nora.
take a look. Ah, Lathius, thank you so much for joining, sir.
Yes,
Really
no.
appreciate that.
We must get inside. Illyria, the skills you have learned
Right.
can open the way.
Understood. Champions, once the door is open, clear the way to Lura. We will be right behind you. The way is open. Hurry, heroes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the trying to get over to the donors page, and it's really hard to do that while I'm trying to play. I should have gotten that pulled up before I started.
Chaos.
I'm not sure if that was
Such
Lathius or
anguish.
one of the other viewers here.
I have never sensed anything like it before.
It is rare that a Naru falls into void this way.
Let's take a
The
look
few
here.
cases I know of have occurred when mortals were involved. What fascinating implications.
Such musings can wait, though. This entity must die.
Starting up. Yeah, I apologize. It looks like I have to configure a list of donors, which kind of sucks. So I am really sorry for whoever donated that I missed. You did pop up on screen. I just didn't see your name before it left. But thank you so much. That donation means a lot to me. Hope you're enjoying the stream. All right. So this boss shouldn't take us too long, and then we can go back to doing our world quests. Dude, that was probably the fastest I've ever seen. Yeah, new record, 38.7 seconds. Nice and easy. Oh, and we got a piece of transmog. Be nice to our group.
Never forget. Never surrender.
Tell them goodbye. And leave. Alright, while I get this pulled up. Yes, it was Aletheus, so I believe in the heart of the cards. Go get him, Han Solo. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Alright. Now, let's take a look here and see what else we can do. That is an awesome emote, by the way, Sir Aletheus. I love that. Alright, so we are working on this world quest, I think. Oh no, this is this is a Horde vendor. Well, we're gonna kill this real quick because, you know, Horde sucks for the Alliance. No loot. That's fine. Alright, moving on. Electro Snack. And we need to actually
Flesh of animals.
queue up
The
again.
young ones cannot stomach it raw. Plunge this lightning rod into fresh corpses, and our whelps shall do the rest.
Okay. Oops. Ah, stupid Horde. Doesn't even bother to finish it off. What a jerk. What a joik. Alright. Lightning rod his ass. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's weird. So, it looks like we're getting about 3 whelplings fed per click, but it doesn't seem to make a difference how many enemies are around. It just feeds 3. That kind of sucks. Some low efficiency. Now, normally what I like to do is use this World Quest Tracker add-on. That allows... It basically creates a group. Creates a group for the World Quests and automatically pairs you with other people looking for a group. Just greatly expedites the amount of time it takes for you to complete the World Quest. Doesn't work for all of them for some reason, but a lot of them, like, you share kills with your party, so it can really save you a lot of time. But since we're in the dungeon queue, we're going to be skipping that for now. There we go. Do a huge storm race. Oh, we actually got some... Oh, that was the reward, duh. Okay, I was gonna say we got some Blood of Sargeras from completing that, but yeah, that's the whole reason we were there. Simple way to make money: never pass up a node if you can help it. Just gonna have to disable that for now. So we're looking for huge stingray. Storm ray, I'm sorry. I see. Okay, so we've got a... This is a fishing world quest. I didn't know such a thing existed. Well, that's fine. We can do that. So do that, and that. We need a bobber. Maybe. Oh, for Pete's sake. Not gonna lie, this is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Alright, now that he's gone, we are gonna be using the tugboat. Let's see if we can get a fish before we go into the dungeon. Oh, we got one. Perfect. Yeah, I am one of those crazy people that, actually got their fishing up to 800. So, yeah, it's me. It was fun, what can I say?
This goes without saying.
Nice change of pace. At some point I need to get archaeology leveled up. I haven't even touched archaeology. Ever, actually, since it was released in Cataclysm? Yeah, so I'm very much behind on that, but I've just never gotten around to it. Aletheus, I already know that. Thank you for the puns, sir. Keep them up. It's a pretty cool weapon transmog, I gotta say. I approve. Choo! Oh. Lost one of our DPS. Well, if we're going to lose anyone, that's the one we want to lose. Because they are insta-filled. And it's nice for that DPS because they didn't actually miss out on any bosses. They just get to skip some trash. Alright.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We proudly welcome you to this evening's feature presentation. Tonight, a tale of romance and rage. One which will prove once and for all if beauty is more than skin deep. Can the fair Bella learn to love the surly brute? Or will a ghastly curse claim the lives of the prince and his servants? See for yourself whether the rose of passion blooms beneath a beastly veneer. And now, on with the show!
Luminor, Mrs. Cauldron's, Bablets, let us discuss these interlopers.
Phone's ringing. Sorry if you're picking up on that.
You will be my guest for dinner.
Move to Burning Blaze. Alright.
Why do you always say that?
Oh, there you go again.
Fine. Hey, you like books?
Ooh, I love books.
It's seems my room.
Woot. There we go. There's some BOS.
It's killing me.
No, our dinner's together. Those hours in the library. Oh, Brute, I love you.
It's too late.
Who are you?
Bella, it's me.
It is you. Come, my love. Off to our happily ever after.
Now, another way that you can get Blood of Sargeras is to actually just do normal mining, or whatever your resource gathering is. You have a small chance to collect that as long as you've actually leveled up your skill enough. There is a small chance to get Blood of Sargeras. So if you were going to be farming anyway, and you need a small amount of Blood of Sargeras, that's a decent way to collect that. I didn't really feel like doing mining today, so I just decided to do some dungeon running. Plus, you never know what pieces of transmog you'll pick up, like I already have today. And I'm kind of at that point in the game where I'm looking to deck my character out and work on the transmog game a little bit. And this guy disconnected. Boom. Get them guys. Okay. Now, once we finish getting our Blood of Sargeras and our world quests, we might be doing a little bit of transmog farming in maybe like Naxxramas, or might do Anchorage 20 or 40. I'm not sure yet. Let me know if you guys have a preference. Get from that. Oh, we got some order resources. That's really nice. And some junk. Order resources are very nice, though. I'm actually down to like 20, so I can certainly use that. Virtue is overrated. I've never caught on to that before. That's really funny.
And so begins your purification.
This boss can do a ton of damage if it lives long enough, so I like to just use my buffs whenever I can on that. Alright, so no Blood of Sargeras from that boss, unfortunately. That's okay. I think what I'm going to do is get the gather window up, just so we can kind of keep a running total. Just push that off to the side.
It breaks my heart to see him like this.
So we've collected 4 already, which isn't bad. We've been going about 20, 30 minutes, something like that. Oh, okay. We're gonna be getting a large group today.
Another year of
That's fine.
wonder if medieval
This is where balanced druids really shine. Getting that AoE game on.
Trapped in nightmares.
Ugh. So whenever I got controlled there, I think it actually changed. Yeah, it changed my buff. Not sure what we're doing here. I think that's the only thing we have to worry about. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're going to reload. That's unfortunate. It happens, though. Not much you can do about it. It's kind of crazy. When Karazhan was re-released, or rather Return to Karazhan was released, it actually started out as a mythic-only dungeon. It didn't have a normal or heroic version. Same with Court of Stars and... let's see the Triumvirate. What's the other Suramar one? Archway. Yeah. So those started out as mythic only, and they were really hard, especially since everybody was only geared to like 850, 890, something like that. They were quite challenging, and so it's really weird to run through this now and just like raffle stomp it. I'm just so used to these guys, you know, wiping us, you know, once per boss and all that, but not that way anymore at all. Ah, crap.
I have become the hunted.
And our group's already moving on. Why would they do that? What is going on? So disorganized. Like, we don't even need to go that way. Not quite sure what they're thinking. Yeah, I don't need that. Sounds like we got some followers. Thank you so much for following. Glad to have you on the channel today. Hope you're enjoying your stay. Who's this guy? I don't know, man.
The master hasn't been himself for quite some time.
Oh, that's the tank. I see.
Perhaps a feast will brighten his spirit.
Cool. Now.
I do so detest party crashers.
Okay. It's not a huge deal that we pulled this, but it just annoys me. Like, this is just sloppy.
Retiring for the evening.
And once again, we miss our Jewel of Sargeras. That's a shame. Oh well.
Much power.
Wait, hello there.
I need to target something.
All right. It's our fishing pole. There it is. Let's continue on our quest. That's nice. Moose horn hook. Yeah, we'll apply that. This will allow us to level up our fishing pole a little more. Assuming we fish up the right things. Nice. Okay. Oops. Try that again. Always throws me off when there's another fisherman nearby. Then I hear their sound cues and think it's mine. Yep, so by applying that item to our fishing pole, this allows us to farm up Thundering Storm Rays, which we can basically right-click to throw back in the water and gain artifact power. So, that's nice. Just a little bit of progression going on there. Now, the reason I'm doing this world quest at all is because I have my cooking up to 800, and I have quite a few 3-star recipes, and I use storm mantas a lot in my cooking. Like, basically what I do is every day I come on to WoW, and I create a TSM group that basically scans for the most profitable recipes, and then what it does from there is it creates a list of recipes I should craft that are profitable for me to put together, and I do that for cooking as well as tailoring and jewel crafting and enchanting, and that's just a nice way to get some steady income every day without having to do a crap ton of farming. And I'm basically just gonna fish until this Soggy Drake skill wears off. Got another Thundering Storm Ray, that's nice. Yeah, I agree, Aletheus. Fishing is a pretty decent way to make gold. And the higher your artifact weapon is for fishing, like if you have this thing farmed up pretty high, you can actually fish up entire schools of fish, which is nice. And you can make a lot of money doing that. The one downside I've found is that while there's not a lot of competition for fish, because you only fish up one at a time typically, unless again, you know, you've got that artifact leveled up, you don't generally see as much profit as you would from getting, say, Fell Slate. Because if you look here, Fell Slate is currently selling for 21 gold, Rune Scale Koi is selling for 11 gold. So right now, it's actually a loss in terms of opportunity cost to fish. But like you said, you know, it is a less competitive market. So that's super helpful, actually. If people are just going nuts farming up, you know, mining or whatever, then yeah, it can be a good alternative to make some money if you just want to, you know, tool around for a while. Okay. Moving on to the next world quest. I think we just need 2 more here. Yes, that is correct. I need to requeue group finder. Alright. What's going on here? Pure log the graves, chill. You have to trigger him. Is he underground? Hard to tell sometimes. We may end up just skipping this. Yeah, I think we're just gonna move on. Since we're in the area, let's just go to those 2. The rewards we get from the world quests are really just secondary, honestly. Like, it's very nice to get, you know, whatever it is we're grabbing onto, but most of the time, I just care about getting the chest. So we gotta wait for this guy to spawn. think this guy's hankering for a rainbow generator. I can find it. Come on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I passed it. Aww. That was too slow.
Well
Woot.
struck, like a true warden.
Alright, one more to go in Valajar.
The Legion continues to bring demons forth from portals at the gates of Valor. Go, champion. Find these portals and call to us. My brood shall come and destroy them.
Get wrecked. Just make sure that that actually triggered correctly, and then we'll move on. Yep. Go. I always love that when people wait for you to kill enemies and then try to like jump in and steal your achievement. It's like, no, you gotta pay the tax, my friend.
I can't use that item yet.
Make sure this actually gets destroyed. Boom.
Help stem the tide of
Alright.
demons. Thank you, champion.
You're welcome. Now, let's use our Flight Master's whistle. And then we'll grab this chest and move on to High Mountain.
Greymane will lead us to victory. Watch your back.
Alright, see you in 25, Aletheus. Okay.
Hail, champion.
Cross your fingers, hope we get something good.
May your battles end in victory.
Oh, there we go. 750 order resources. That's what we're hoping for. Perfect.
Glory
Oh,
to
we've got
you,
something
Odin.
else going on here.
Death to your
Oh, I see. We completed our reputation meter. That's great. Okay. I'll take a double. Oh, we got some money and some order resources and a curious coin. Well, that was a jackpot if I do say so myself. Alright, so we need to clean up our inventory real quick. Start by chomping down these jewels of victory. Nice, got the next trait available. Okay. Switch back to balance, and then we'll hop into this dungeon. Actually, we need to sell our junk real quick. There we go. Violet Citadel. Okay. Or Hold, I guess. I think it was Violet Citadel in Legion? Or Wrath of the Lich King?
You are just in time for the Legion's first strike on Talaga. These prisoners will paint the city streets red with blood. It's a shame you won't be alive to see it happen.
Okay. I think I'm actually going to move this down here so it's a little more out of the way. There we go. I'm really glad they brought this dungeon back. This was actually one of my favorite dungeons in Wrath of the Lich King, which is my favorite expansion for WoW, as I've mentioned before. And I really like how they updated this to be more like Legion themed. Just really, really well done. And I kind of like the whole like waves idea. It's a nice break from having to just, you know, go through and clean up trash all the time. Should be an elite pack. Yep.
Even with magical wards in place, I can still smell the reek of this wretched abomination.
Okay, face to face.
Do me a favor and dispose of it, will you?
And just like that. Man, we're just kind of striking out on Jewel of Sargeras. Or not Jewel of Sargeras. Blood of Sargeras. That's unfortunate. We can actually craft some of this now. This is the reason why we're farming up Blood of Sargeras, by the way. When it's all said and done, we'll have about 26,000 gold in profit. Always nice when people ask to do that rather than just doing it. I think we need a little bit of atmosphere. Get these going.
I might protect you from blade and claw, but it is useless against this faceless one. With a mere whisper, it can drive a mortal mind to madness.
Whee! There we go. Let's see if we can find what I was looking for earlier. Yeah, this'll work. Punt.
Beware. Beware.
It's getting it. Yep.
Enough! These prisoners are useless. As the old saying goes, if you want to destroy a floating city the right way, you have to do it yourself. Pity. I will not see the world. Such insolence!
There we go.
We will make your death terrible, and your suffering long.
Boom. Alright, let's hope that we get another Blood of Sargeras. There we go. Good deal.
Farewell.
Alright. Alright, real quick, I do need to see who's calling me. Bear with me just a moment. Get it, bear. Okay, I'll be right back.
Slayer, I suppose I have time to help you.
Alright, we're back. Queue up for this again. Sell off all of these pieces of gear I don't need.
I am here to help.
Really? What's this replacing? Yeah, I don't think so. Put that on there. Actually, no. Need that for restoration build. That can go away. That can go away. As well. This. That. Okay. Alright then. Next area we're going to is High Mountain. What's this for? Definitely be getting that, and that, and that. Alright, let's go ahead and fly on over. We're gonna just go straight for the Blood of Sargeras World Quest.
The Burning Legion marches on High Mountain. Our allies have engaged the demons throughout our lands. To turn the tide, champion, we must strike at the heart of their forces.
Now the question is, when we finish this, do we want to do the Legion Assault mission? Don't really know, to be honest. Because that can be worth it sometimes. Other times, though, yeah, I don't know. Other times it can actually just be a giant letdown. Quite time consuming as well.
The Legion has unleashed
easy kill here. That's perfect. Nice. Just like that, we got 4 BoS. Take it. Just lie on down. So, current tracker needs 7 more. And we got another declined invite. Oof. Come on now. Dog is going nuts. This one takes a while. That's kind of annoying. Oh well. What are you gonna do? What are we waiting for? Let's go. Not sure what our tank is doing. Seems kind of hesitant. Not sure if that's because, like, he doesn't know what to do in this dungeon, or he's got something going on in real life. Take the lead, man. There you go. Attaboy. Okay. What are we waiting for?
Ah, we meet again, weakling. Now it's just you and me and my guard.
This guy probably doesn't realize that on heroics, at least, you really don't need to know the fights anymore. It's just completely unnecessary. Which is a shame. That is something I miss about early in the expansion, is that, like, every time you got into a dungeon, you were guaranteed to get some piece of gear that was interesting, and you were likely going to get something that, damn it, that you needed, and then on top of that, you had very interesting fights to participate in. And now that's just not the case anymore. But that's the way it goes. You have progression in a game, and people progress, and then the old content is not really valid anymore. I'm excited about the changes coming up in 7.3.5, though. They're going to be scaling old world content to your level. That's going to make leveling up a lot of fun, I think. Look at that crit. 2 million. That feels really nice. I'm not going to lie. I know that's not like top DPS by any means, but seriously, a 2 million crit feels amazing. Whee! I try not to be the tank as a DPS where, you know, you go in and you pull all the time. It does get a little annoying when you have things like this, though, where, like, the only reason you're here is to farm Blood of Sargeras, and the tank is, like, really taking their time with every fight. Especially, like, if you've done the fight a million times. But I understand that not everyone was here for the launch of Legion, and, you know, people are at different places at different times. So I try not to get too annoyed about it, but it does kind of get on my nerves, not gonna lie. That's fun.
Feel the winds. They come for you.
Trying to spawn like right on top of me. Alright, got another Blood of Sargeras. So we just need 6 more. We're definitely getting there, and we may actually be able to just get the rest that we need from missions, depending. We'll have to take a look here in a second, just kind of see what's what. Come on.
I need to get closer.
We could probably start this fight now, but I'm gonna wait for the tank to do it, because this fight's actually... This can get really dangerous, actually, even if you're as geared as we are. This boss puts out an obnoxious amount of DPS if you don't play the mechanics right. Okay. Yeah, we should be able to start this up now.
Beware.
Okay, kill the extra spawns. They're the ones that do all the obnoxious damage. Ew. Goodness.
Beware.
Oops. There we go. Not bad. And another Blood of Sargeras. 5 more to go. Oh, apparently there's a world quest here. That's really nice. I'll take it. Not even mad. Okay. They skipped the giant. Yep, just... Ooh, boy. That was unfortunate. Just an unnecessary mob to pick up. A lot of HP and very inefficient use of time. And Murlocs! The enemy you love to hate. Okay. Back when the game launched, that particular pack there could actually wipe your party if you weren't ready for it. I'm gonna ping that way. I don't know that there's a world quest over there. Come on now. Wake up. Oh, for Pete's sake. Arrgh. Most people do. Not that unusual. Doesn't look like our tank is interested in it though, so I think we just gotta pass on it. That's weird. I wonder if he spawns somewhere else. Weird. Oh well. Maybe. I don't think so. Not sure what we're waiting on. Come on.
I need to get closer. Will drown beneath these waves. How long can you hold your breath? Beware. Before the crashing waves comes the sway. Beware. Obey my command. Beware. Trembles before the rising tide.
There we go.
But my queen will not.
Jewel of Victory. Oh well. Something I love about druids is you can do that fun stuff there. Yeah, I'll stick around for that.
Tides rise. All will be eradicated. Tempest.
Uh-oh.
Seek magic. Eternal.
Pact of Vengeful Service. Cool. I like totals. There he is.
I'm out of range.
What the heck? What's going on?
It's too far away.
Oh, I see. This is the snail boss. Goodness. I didn't know there was another one besides the turtle. I gotta say, this guy hits pretty hard. Nice.
The scythe is our salvation.
All right. I like totems, indeed. Yeah, the farm's going well. Blood of Sargeras has taken a little longer than I would like, but we're only down to 3 that we need, so we'll probably get there relatively soon. So I am going to go ahead and queue back up, and we'll keep working on this world quest stuff.
is here the Fell Totem received demonic instruction. Cleanse the cavern of their evil and send their masters back to the twisting nether.
Hydra wants to go Aletheus, get anything good?
I'm out of range.
Come on.
Target something else. I need a target.
Okay. Click on the books.
I need to get closer.
Okay, so we need to close some portals, and we need to destroy these tomes. Works for me. One. And two. Don't burn books, kids. Stay in school. There we go.
You, hero. You've done the tribes of High Mountain a great service this day.
Alright, so this... So we've got 2 more to go. Alright.
The Fell Totem capture my people, seeking to constrict them into their ranks. This evil must be stopped.
Alright, open up these cages. Get out of here, you filthy horde.
I don't have a target. I'm out of range.
Yeah, I have a trinket that shoots out exploding squirrels, which is amazing. I want to make a Shadow Priest at some point. I think they look pretty awesome. Okay, what do we have left to do? Just prisoners and... Oh, totem. Awesome, so that'll finish up with this. Okay, and open this guy up, and that'll do it. Alright, one more. We're gonna go ahead and Flight Master Whistle.
Will never take our lands.
Oh, DP Doe. Yeah. It's a shame you don't have, that's day, but hey, gotta have something to look forward to, right? That's a pet battle, which I am not prepared to do. We'll just go to this one.
The deep places.
And this is taking a while. Why is this paused? What's going on? Okay, that was weird. I've never seen that before. I see. So it must have paused while it put the dungeon together. That makes sense. So with any luck, this will be our last Blood of Sargeras we need. Then we can do our crafting, and we can post our items on the auction house. Dude, you gotta tell me where you buy that trinket. I would love to have a trinket that gave me exploding squirrels. Someone's got the PvP Scythe of Balloon. That's a nice transmog, I gotta say.
Before our losses grow insurmountable.
Oh, our guests of honor have finally arrived. I look forward to ripping those horns from your skull, betrayer.
There is nowhere you can flee that I cannot reach you, demon.
Illidan! Curse that impetuous demon hunter!
That sucks. Through the slow AoE. So I was in this dungeon the other day, and it was probably one of the most disorganized, awful dungeon runs I've ever done, and I was the tank. So you would think I would have some control over the flow of the dungeon. But what was happening was the group was pulling all of those flowers, and then they were just DPSing the boss instead of DPSing down the ads that they pulled. And so those guys throw out vines that pull you in, and if you don't break the vines, they do damage, and I believe they also stun you for like 1.5 seconds. And so they were just kind of standing there DPSing the boss down while, you know, there was this massive crowd control effort going on by the mobs. It was awful. And thankfully we did not wipe, but I was pretty pissed off. That's why, as tank, you always clear the path.
Little fools want to outsmart the Legion? Think again. Books are for losers!
Never! Books are for the educated and good children. Die!
Stay in school.
Okay, 2 more. Just 2 more, that's all we need. That demon hunter's cleaning up. In fact, I'm curious. Oop. Yeah. He's doing 1/3 of the party's damage, and I'm all the way down in number 4. Crazy. But honestly, I think that's mostly because I'm not getting in these fights at all. I think if we look just at the boss meters, I'd probably be a little higher. But who knows?
I need to target something first.
Did you really think you could elude me, Illidan? Run again, and I'll shackle you like the beast you are.
Posture if you must, my Ev. But for now, do what you do best.
We've lost.
Follow me.
The Legion broke our lines. They pushed us out of the tomb. You're all that stands.
Alright,
between
last
them
room.
and the Aegis.
2 bosses in
They
here.
are coming.
Let them come.
Both of them to drop Blood of Sargeras.
Into our hands.
Forgive me if my glaive finds your heart. With so many demons about, it's hard to distinguish you from the rest of this filth.
Hey, tear down that shield! This world will belong
Come on.
to the Legion.
Nope. Alright. Well, we'll probably be doing at least 1 more dungeon. But we'll see. Maybe we get lucky and get a double Blood of Sargeras drop on this next boss. I don't think we will, though.
Alone and last. Surrender the shield, and I will grant you a quick death.
In ages past, this shield
Nope.
defended the
Still
young
need one.
world soul against
Oh well.
madness and corruption. Today,
So what
it
we'll
serves
do then,
those who fight for Azeroth.
we'll finish up this world quest, and then we'll instant queue as tank. I think that'll be the best way to proceed forward. eBay. Yeah, I'm sure you can find pretty much anything you want on there, including trinkets that launch explosive squirrels. Okay. Now where? This guy. This way.
The Legion has unleashed another of its pawns. Dispose of this threat at once. Relish
Just
the
like that.
satisfaction of dispatching yet another Legion lapdog.
Okay. Now, we could...
Well fought. Our forces are gaining
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this in. And then we're actually going to go do this Kirin Tor quest in Suramar. That'll take much less time than a dungeon will, and it'll also guarantee that we get the one Blood of Sargeras we need. Yeah, I think we're going to do that, just so that we can kind of move on from dungeon grinding, because we've been doing that for about an hour and a half now.
Greetings, traveler. Beware the deep places of the earth.
Oh, nice. Got more Order Hall resources. Perfect. Okay. Back to the Flight Master. And that's the one we want.
Goodbye.
Very good. Ooh, that's an interesting choice. Her class right now is a sorcerer, right? She kind of strikes me as, for RP purposes, she strikes me as a Sorcerer Warlock combo. I don't know why, I just kind of see that from her. It used to be with this world quest that you had to do a very annoying bubble puzzle thing. You don't have to do that anymore as long as you've unlocked flight. Just have to make sure that this spawns correctly, and then it'll pop up here. And it looks like this is giving us a little bit of trouble. Sometimes this just doesn't load correctly. It's supposed to be right here, right under this bridge. So we're gonna get server hop pulled up and see if we can phase this correctly. It's fine. Come on. Right, let's do reload UI. See if that'll do it. If you did go for Bard, what instrument would she play? Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to back out and come back in. We'll put that, respawns it for us. There we go. There it is. Okay. Done. Alright. So let's go back. We're gonna go to the Dreamway. And we're gonna queue up our missions, and then we're going to craft what we need to and post it on the auction house. And I'll kind of show you guys what I have going on in the auction house at the moment. College of Glamour? I have not heard of that one.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
So just from doing our world quest, we've got just under 3,000 resources. Okay, so we're going to be doing this one.
For a loon.
This is frustrating. Yeah, that really sucks. Because the bonus loot is where the money's at. Like, that's an extra 1,500 that we're missing out on. Well, we'll take it. Money's money. I think we'll come back to this mission. I'm going to hold on to it for now. Now, what do we got here? Taurus, the Burning Throne. I don't know if I even have the right stuff for this. Yeah, my guys aren't high enough level to complete that. So we'll just grab some reputation. Except she is my healer. Damn. Damn, I'm getting crappy rolls on this today. What about this? Nope, that needs restoration as well. What about this artifact?
We will protect the wilds.
Okay, get that going.
Nature seeks balance.
Get that guy going. About... Nope. Jeez. I'm just striking out all over the place today. I think rather than forcing these through, I'm just going to leave my other guys in queue and see what rerolls for me once my followers come back. Which will be... Come on. 6.5 hours. So in 6.5 hours, I'll be getting 1,000 gold. Just over. So that's not bad for like 500 resources. That's a pretty decent conversion rate, especially when I didn't have to do anything. Raw gold wise, we earned 2,708 gold from that. Crafting wise, let's go ahead and get this stuff going. The profit I'm making is going to be about 32,000, but I'll be getting in the mailbox somewhere around 60,000 from these pieces. So that's nice. It's always good to get that extra bonus. And real quick, I'm just gonna activate all of these so it's easier to mail the things I want to mail. A lot of these artifact power upgrades. Before I forget, I'm gonna activate the next level artifact. There we go. Alright, now we go to the mailbox and we send this over to our bank alt. And then from there we can cash in. Now, I do have a group set up to automatically mail those pieces over to the correct character. And we can just go ahead and log out. Go to the bank alt. A flaming violin. I absolutely approve. Here, I gotta switch over. That's pretty incredible. Okay. So go to our mailbox. Open it up. Ah, nice. We're opening up at least 7,000 gold from flipping our fell slate. This morning I was able to pick up fell slate 47% off. Someone posted it much under the value. So I was able to snap that up and repost it at the correct price. Did a very small market reset, which is always good. Okay, let's go ahead and check and see what else we've got in our mail today. The add-on I'm using for this is Trade Skill Master, or TSM. It comes with a lot of features, including this mailbox system that you see set up here. Just really helps when you're dealing with a lot of items. Because if I had to go through and like individually click on all of these and open, and it would just be a pain in the butt. It also gives you the ability to open things by sales or things that have been bought or expiration or whatever. Most of the time I just open all mail, but you know, you have that flexibility if you want it. Go ahead and we've opened up TSM at the auction house, and we've got these 3 tabs here. Clicked on the auction and clicked on post scan. Basically what this is doing is it's using presets that I've defined to automatically post my items for me, and this is how I manage to actually sell everything I get in a timely manner. Manually setting up auctions for anything more than, I would say, like 20 items just becomes unmanageable. In fact, it's pretty incredible that the game has been out this long and the user interface for the auction house is pretty much unchanged. Like this screen here, it pretty much has always been this way. I mean, I did play a little bit in vanilla and it looked pretty much like this. So TSM is pretty well essential for gold making. If you're, you know, looking to do anything besides just casually putting up a valuable item that happened to drop in a dungeon for you. If you're doing any kind of farming, if you're doing any kind of flips where you look for items that have been posted well below their value, you really do need Trade Skill Master. There are other add-ons you can get, like Auctioneer or Auctionator. Frankly, they're not nearly as good, in my opinion at least. Some people swear by them. I think they're very wrong, but to each their own. I just think that Trade Skill Master has really all the tools you could ever want, plus the flexibility to customize it for how you want to post on the auction house. And while that is scanning, I'll kind of show you what I mean. So for those of you that haven't seen it, I've imported these groups from Shinara is her name. She went through and like meticulously grouped all the items into these categories. So like Legion Alchemy, Old World Alchemy, Inscription, Transmog, Tailoring, Old World Cooking, Legion Cooking, etc. And the power of this is that you can then set up operations for auctioning, crafting, mailing for each of these items. So basically, you can see over here, like this ancient mana crystal, it looks it up in the group that it's in, which is Legion Raw Mats, Random Legion Items, Great for Flipping, Ancient Mana Crystal, and it has an operation set up called Average Buy Market Value Singles, and it uses that operation to set the price. And I'll actually show you that right now. So, Average Buy Market Singles, here we go. So the settings that it has for this, duration 24 hours, a post cap of 1, a stack size of 1, meaning it only allows for one item of that kind to be posted. You can set things like max expirations and keep quantity, things like that. Bid percent is 100%, undercut amount is 1 copper, and then I've got a formula set up to determine the minimum price, maximum price, and normal price. So yeah, and that just kind of prevents me from getting screwed by people that post these at like 1% of their value and automatically undercutting them, because then you know, I get screwed on that. Someone else gets my items basically for free. This kind of locks me in to, you know, 70% of the value, I think, which I may actually change that to like 80%. I haven't decided yet, but it uses the market value, historical, regional, etc. So yeah, so that's how we've got that set up. And then once it's done scanning, I just hold down Control and use the scroll wheel, and it automatically creates the auctions for me at the prices that I want. I just have to wait for it to load. And voila, 128 auctions in less than 5 minutes. Just like that. Total value I have on the auction house right now is just under 800,000 gold. It would take me hours to do that manually. Hours. So, yeah, I mean, you really just can't go wrong with Trade Skill Master, and it really is not optional, in my opinion, if you want to make any amount of money. We have another 6,500 gold wait for us here from our Saber's Eye of Agility that we sold while I was farming. Some more items coming back. These are Pandarian gems. I have not had any luck selling these, so I've actually decided to just go ahead and vendor them. Just cut my losses, because they're just clogging up my inventory, and frankly the extra bag space is more valuable to me at this point than the gems themselves, even though they'll technically get me anywhere between 200 and 500 gold if and when they sell. The amount of extra time I'm losing just having to loot them from the mailbox every day because they don't sell, it's just not worth it to me. Now we're talking. That's just under 20,000 gold that we're picking up in this wave. Yeah, this is actually a lot of product that we moved. Fell Slate, Ancient Mana Crystals, an Enchant. Yeah, this is good. This is very good. And annoyingly, there will be one more mail that we have to wait on. Yeah, you definitely don't need to learn how to do TSM by yourself. In fact, I'll show you the video I use to kind of get started. And let's see here. So if you go to YouTube and type in "want to buy gold" and TSM, this is the channel, this is the video you want. This is kind of like your starting setup, and then once you get going, this is the video you watch to like really refine everything. This will tell you how to use it, how to set it up, how to use it on a daily basis. And then the other thing that I was talking about, Shannara Pastebin, is what I search for in Google. I'm sorry, Shayra's paste bin. I always get that wrong. All this is here is import settings. So if we click on Legion _other/cloth, you get this really weird string here. Basically, you would just Control A, copy paste, and what you're going to be doing is going into TSM, new group, we'll call this test, import export, and you would just paste that in there and hit OK. I'm not going to do that because that would mess up my settings. But yeah, and again, that seems complicated, but once you watch the video and set the add-on up, you can do that, and that will create all these groups for you so that you don't have to do it yourself, because, I mean, this is days, probably weeks worth of work, and, you know, no need to reinvent the wheel. Yes, we do want to delete. I'm going to check my bank real quick, because there are more of these items here that we can post.
Inventory is full.
Put some back. I've got a warehousing operation to always have a certain amount of these in my bags, so I just like to make sure I'm fully stocked on those. Not sure why it gave me that back. Okay.
Hey, good.
Good deal. The warehousing operation is a little finicky. I'm not super thrilled with it. I'm kind of hoping that they'll fix that in TSM 4, which is currently in beta. But it's really not a huge deal. It just takes a little bit longer than I would want it to. Oh, we need to sell these. I don't want these going back on the auction house. Here. There's always this baker.
What can I do for you?
This Atlasite. We'll leave that up. Raw mats from the old world tend to sell a little bit better, so we're gonna hold on to that. But this guy and this guy and that one are also going to get sold. Cool. And yeah, don't be afraid to make mistakes. I think that's something that holds a lot of people back. Yeah, exactly. I hear you. Once you actually start playing it again, you know, it's good stuff to do. But you know, a lot of times people will say, you know, like, oh, I've always wanted to get into it, but I don't want to mess it up. Go ahead and mess it up. You know, what do you really have to lose? It's fake money. I mean, yeah, at a certain point, you don't want to just drop millions of gold on a wasteful venture, because then you can't buy your playtime. But especially when you're first starting out, mistakes are how you learn. So, yeah, definitely jump into that. Because I haven't paid for a WoW subscription pretty much since Legion launched. I don't remember if it came with a free month or not. I don't think it did. So I paid, you know, a $15 fee for that, and then since then I've paid for tokens with gold, and I've had a free subscription since then, just playing the game. So, you know, it definitely pays off, both in game as well as out of game. It's been very nice. That's one of the reasons I love to do gold farming. All right, post this. And I think to wrap up, we'll check and see if there's any deals on the auction house. Anybody that's undervalued things. Now that I've got my search set up to only search for the shopping category. This is your raw mats like fell slate, fishing mats like you know, these cursed queenfish or Aetherial or whatever. So we're just going to go ahead and scan for that. If we find anything below, say, 75%, we'll probably pick it up. Otherwise, we'll do another operation here and see if we can pick up anything worth something. Alright, so WoW tokens are about 172,000, so I'm almost there. In fact, if I were to just shuffle around some value from other characters, I could buy another WoW token now if I wanted to, and didn't mind going broke, which I do. I definitely don't want to be broke. That's the other thing I would keep in mind, is always give yourself some padding in terms of how much you're willing to spend. The worst thing you can do is get up to like 100,000 gold and spend like 90,000 of it. Because even if it pays off, you're basically freezing your assets and you're not able to do anything else until you get your value back. The hardest part of gold making is getting an initial bankroll. Once you get to about 100,000 gold, it gets a lot easier. From that point forward, you basically have enough buying power. Yeah, I remember that too. That was good stuff. Beginning of Legion, they were down to 20,000-ish, 25,000. So yeah, what happened was people were just snapping those things up left and right, and the prices of the tokens just skyrocketed over the past year. So, not a whole lot we can do about that, sadly. But yeah, getting your initial bankroll, that's the hardest part. I try not to go below 50,000 myself. I find that that's about the point where I start to have trouble making my money back. But my goal right now is actually to hit 1 million. The current gold cap is 9,999,999. So obviously I'd like to hit the gold cap at some point, but if I can hit 1 million, I'm going to be pretty happy, and I'll probably celebrate by getting Destiny 2 or something like that. But yeah, it takes a while. So already I can see several items of interest. The Fell Slate we will absolutely be buying, because that always sells and it's always worth something. It's always worthwhile. The Lane Shank, we might as well grab it for 1% of its value. I typically won't, because I've never really seen this thing retain its value. But, I mean, for this cheap, it's basically free. We might as well pick it up. The Cursed Queenfish will be getting. Infernal Brimstone will also be getting. Fatty Bear Steak, I'll get that as an ingredient because I cook with it a lot. But this isn't something I would flip because, I mean, you can see it's well below its market value, at least on my server. Roseate Pigment, I actually have a ton of right now, so we're going to be skipping that. Eggs are pretty much always a bad investment because they are so plentiful. They sell a lot each day, but the price for them has just bottomed out completely. Alright, we do not want the Unbroken Tooth. So get the Lean Shank, First Queenfish. The Infernal Brimstone will absolutely be picking up. And if you want to see more of these, you can just double click. It'll give you the full list. The Fatty Bear Steak. We'll grab that. Might as well get more Lane Shanks. Okay, I think that's good enough. Fell Slate. Absolutely want to get this. Okay. Queen's Opal. These are typically not a great investment. I do have a spreadsheet that we can check real quick. Hang on one moment. This is a spreadsheet I downloaded online. You can look it up. It's called an Obliterum calculator. So we need to find the price of Obliterum currently. not really an easy way to do that on here without losing our search. So I'm actually going to go to the Undermine Journal, search for Obliterum on here. Alright, so the current price of Obliterum is 718 gold. So for jewel crafting, so for that tier of gems, we can't make a profit on it for anything larger than 7 gold, 18 silver. So the Queen's Opal is absolutely overpriced still, even though it's 62% of its maximum price. If you try to cut this into its gem, they typically won't sell anymore. They're just so low on the totem pole that most people don't even bother. So we'll skip that. Chaotic Spinel, we're going to pick that up, because I use those to craft rings on my jewel crafter quite a bit. Nope, still overpriced. I'm actually just going to buy up all of these. Cheap enough. Just a few thousand. Alright, cool. Bacon. I actually already have some auctions set up for this right now, and I'm still getting undercut. So I'm gonna pass. I have plenty of Aetheril, and then we're getting out of my price range anyway. So yeah, we got some items to flip there. Let me go ahead and grab those, and I'll, real quick before we wrap up, I'll just show you the last tool, which is called the Sniper, which is an interesting feature of TSM. Yeah, I've heard legend of Kesmai's gold hoard. I think at some point he was at the gold cap, and then he just blew it all on like overpriced mounts and things like that, like stuff that's not even available in game anymore. So yeah, he's definitely the sugar daddy of the guild. Yeah, and we got some more money from Argolite. That's nice. Okay. So just because I like to organize my bags, I'm going to do that, and then we're going to do another post scan. This one shouldn't take nearly as long since most of our items have already been posted. And you can see that because of our settings, some of these things like Roseate Pigment and Enchant Neck, it says maximum amount already posted, so it's actually skipping those. And again, that's based on the operations we have set up. There's a maximum amount we want posted for each of those items. Something that's nice to see is that it highlights your character's name in yellow to let you know if your character is the lowest bid, basically top of the list. Some of these things I've actually been undercut on. It might be worth doing a cancel scan, but we'll see here in a second. I'll probably do that off stream if anything, because cancel scans take forever, especially if you post any quantity of items. Another cool feature, it tells you how much gold is incoming. There is an hour delay after a sale, That's just from these 2 items. So, enchanting and jewel crafting, great way to make money. Highly recommend. Okay, custom filter, start sniper. What this is doing is it is scanning the last page of the auction house for items that are undercut. So we just bought Dawnbringer shoulders. Plans for that. And it was at, like, I don't know, 40% of its value. So by buying that, we just made free money. We'll repost it, send it back to the auction house, and we'll get some more money off of it. So yeah, it's a good thing. Now, you can see that I'm actually showing up in the sniper. I don't mind that so much, because other people are going to be trying to snipe as well, and since I'm the lowest auction anyway, and I purchased these for well below their value, I don't mind being on this sniper list. I'm not going to buy my own, obviously. In fact, TSM won't allow me to. But it is another way to kind of increase your visibility, is if you get bottom of the barrel prices and you list this within the range of someone else's sniper, sometimes they'll just pounce on it, and you get an easy sale that way. But yeah, and this will just go on indefinitely. It'll keep scanning and rescanning the last page of the auction house, looking for deals, and yeah, this can be a good AFK activity to do while you do something else. Oop, that's mine. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will hopefully be back doing more of this later in the week. I've got a busy couple days coming up, but maybe this weekend we'll do some more streaming. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you all have a great day and a great week, and we will see you next time.